shut that play down. Obviously now 2nd and 6. Williams makes a cut and will roll into the end zone for the touchdown. No flags.
I will be back here. I will be back here, and I will be back with a vengeance.
Super Bowl 58, the site, Las Vegas, Nevada, just 2 days away, a rematch bout between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. The first time these two teams went head-to-head for a Lombardi trophy was back in 2020 in Super Bowl 54, in which we saw the Chiefs rattle off 21 unanswered points en route to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes' first victory together. Now they go for their third. They won the Super Bowl last year against the Eagles. They look to become the first team since the Patriots back in 2003-2004 to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Andy Reid, he looks to join elite coaching company and become just the 7th head coach in NFL history to win back-to-back Super Bowls. The other 6, you had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Vince Lombardi, Bill Belichick, Chuck Noll, and Mike Shanahan. Pretty good, to quote Larry David. And Andy Reid, I'm sure he'll be looking to celebrate this Super Bowl with a double-decker cheeseburger like he did in his 2020 Super Bowl. This is how he celebrated that one.
I'm going to go get the biggest cheeseburger you've ever seen. Prime, the biggest one, and might be a double.
Yeah. So I think he'll be looking for the double-decker if he can get the W in this one. Mike Shanahan, on the other hand, he's looking for his first Super Bowl ring. We saw in 2017 as the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, Dan Quinn was the head coach at the time for that one. Against the Patriots, 28-3. I'll leave it at that. They didn't make the proper adjustments. Their offense fell flat. And then in 2020, Andy Reid got the best of Shanahan in that Super Bowl. So I really just, for Shanahan, for Kyle Shanahan, it's getting the monkey off of his back like Steve Young did in the early 90s. Speaking of that, the last time that the 49ers won the Super Bowl was 1995 with Steve Young at the helm. Head coach George Seifert, they beat the San Diego Chargers in Super Bowl 29. This is their 8th Super Bowl appearance for the Chiefs, their 6th. And getting into the game here, the keys to the game for the 49ers, I think defensive coordinator Steve Wilks needs to take a page out of Todd Bowles' book when the Buccaneers beat the Chiefs in 2021. Because in that one, Bowles harassed Mahomes the whole game. He got Shaq Barrett after him, Jason Pierre-Paul, and Ndamukong Suh. You had Levante David, Devin White. They were able to get pressure on Mahomes the whole game and make him feel uncomfortable for not a portion of the game, but the entire game. Mahomes looked like a shell of himself in that one, and the Buccaneers dominated that game. I think the Chiefs only put up 9 points. So Steve Wilks needs to take a page out of the Bowles book. As for their offense, with Brock Purdy playing the way he's played this entire postseason, and the way he played during the whole regular season as an MVP candidate, everybody has their doubts about Brock Purdy. He doesn't have the strongest arm. People want to say he's just another Jimmy G. I disagree. I think he could beat you in both facets of the game, as we saw him do against the Lions with his running ability. And he's going to elevate his weapons around him. He's going to elevate Ayuk. He's going to elevate Kittle, Debo. But the biggest thing for Purdy, because you know that Spagnuolo is going to bring the blitz, you have to, again, this is the thing that I've been saying the entire postseason about what the 49ers need to do, and their X factor is Christian McCaffrey. They didn't have that in the 2020 Super Bowl. McCaffrey is the guy that can get you over the edge. You got Kyle Juszczyk blocking for him. McCaffrey, 2 touchdowns against Green Bay and 98 yards on the ground in the divisional, and then the championship against the Lions, he had 90 yards on the ground and another 2 touchdowns. He's the guy that you got to rely on. He's going to be instrumental in the receiving game and the running game, the passing game and the running game. So those are the 2 keys really for the 49ers, but it's easier said than done because the Chiefs, they've been doubted and counted out this whole year as a wild card team against Miami, and now they're in the Super Bowl. I mean, you can't doubt them. You can't down Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, because they're going to beat you time and time again whenever you do that. Like I alluded to in my last video, it's like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. So for the Chiefs, I think it's just playing their brand of football. They're going to be without Joe Thuney, their guard, and Nick Allegretti's going to fill in. But Nick Allegretti's won 2 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, so I think he'll be just fine. Obviously, Charles Owenhu is a big loss for them on the D-line, but I think Chris Jones and company is still going to be able to get after Brock Purdy, and Steve Spagnuolo is going to dial up the blitz. But for the Chiefs, it's going to be getting Pacheco going, similar to what the Niners need to do with McCaffrey. But Travis Kelce, I think he's going to be the standout player in this game. I mean, we saw what he did against the Ravens. He took over. I think this is going to be Travis Kelce's game. And put all the Taylor Swift stuff aside, Travis Kelce and Mahomes are locked in. They are locked in. And I just don't see them losing this game. Andy Reid, I think he outcoaches Shanahan again. And, you know, the Chiefs have overcome a lot. If their receivers don't do what they did in the regular season, which is drop a plethora of passes, and you can get Kadarius Toney. Maybe Kadarius Toney has a breakout game being back. Rashee Rice, get him involved. Obviously got MVS, McCole Hardman, the vet. And I think that this is going to be a close game through the end. But the Chiefs, they scored 30-plus points in their last 2 Super Bowls. I think they're going to take this one 31-21. It's going to be a close game throughout. I think both defenses are going to play very good football, but I just don't think that the Chiefs are going to lose it. I just don't see it happening. And that's why I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs over the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 58.